Super excited to do this episode. This is my top 5 wine producers from Arizona, my home state. You know, I've tried most of the wines here, if not all of them. And I'm also a wine judge here for the Central Arizona Yearly Wine Competition. So I really get to try all the wines in Arizona every year. Let's just dive into this. Let's go with the number 5 wine producer in Arizona, and that's Javelina Leap. The name Javelina Leap is a combination of 2 things. One, which is the Javelina, which is native to Arizona, and it's also a tribute to Stag's Leap Winery in California. For those of you outside of the southwestern desert, you might not know what a Javelina is. A Javelina is a member of the peccary family, but it actually resembles a wild boar. And then of course, the name of Stag's Leap, of which this is attributed, became famous when it went up against French wines in 1973 as part of the French judge panel. The Judgment of Paris is what they refers to it as. And Stag's Leap prevailed over all of the French competitors, not once, but twice. The combination of these 2 things, the Javelina and Stag's Leap, were the inspirational beginnings of Javelina Leaps and was Rod Snap's inspiration. His entrepreneurial spirit and passion and years spent in the culinary world submerged him into the wine world as well. Soon there was a dream of starting his own winery right here in Arizona. Much of the northern Arizona terrain reminded him of the vineyards he had seen along the way, especially the steep slopes famous as Stag's Leap. After selling his successful B&B in Sedona, he began a 7-year sabbatical working for free at a vineyard and winery and traveling to educational conferences such as the Hot Weather Grape Grower Symposium, pretty appropriate for Arizona, and eventually he bought 10¼ acres of virgin property on the south-facing slopes of House Mountain here in Arizona. Together with wife Cynthia, Javelina Leap Vineyard and Winery was born, and Rod and Cynthia Snap are pioneers in the wine industry here in Arizona. Their vineyard and winery license was among the first 10 issued here in the state of Arizona, and now we have over 150 and still counting. Number 4 winery in Arizona is Page Spring Cellars. This is just an OG of the Arizona wine industry. This has been around forever. They began planting in 2004 and have been producing iconic Arizona wines ever since. Their winery is top of the list as far as places to visit in Arizona. You'll go there any day of the year and they'll have a pretty good crowd. The property is gorgeous. It's located right along the pristine waters of the Oak Creek. Page Spring Cellars primarily makes their wines from estate-grown, warm vintage varieties such as Grenache, Syrah, and Barbera. The winery focuses heavily on sustainable practices. If you visit, it will be evident from the items like the solar panel parking lot canopies to recycling. They even use a different cork material coming from the sugarcane, which is more sustainable than traditional cork. This wine is the Vino del Barrio, and this wine put Page Springs on the map. To this day, you can get this in local stores around Arizona, and you'll see it on restaurant lists around town as well. It's primarily made from Syrah, Mourvedre, and Pinot Noir, and the blend changes slightly from year to year. But number 4 is Page Spring Cellars. Let's move on to number 3. Number 3 is Rune Wines. Rune Wines is located in southern Arizona in a town called Willcox. The name is inspired by runes, ancient letters said to be of divine origin. These are powerful symbols that were believed to be able to bring back the dead or divine the future, tell the future. Rune Wines has put its own stamp on the story of Arizona wine. Their first vintage was 2013, and the Sonoita, Arizona tasting room opened its doors in 2015. I have to tell you that Rune tasting experience is like no other. But check the weather before heading down there, because it's primarily outside under a shade canopy where you can enjoy panoramic 360-degree views. It's really an amazing venue, and you're surrounded by mountain ranges and high desert grasslands. This is an inspiring, unique wine tasting experience. This winery really is completely off the grid, literally. These wines do really well in competitions against other Arizona wineries, and their Grenache, which I have right here, is one of the most awarded wines in their lines of production. If you get a chance, they actually do an amphora wine, which is a must try. And if you don't know what amphora is, it's actually the terracotta pots where they ferment the wine in that. And it always has this unique kind of minerality from the fermentation in those terracotta pots. So if you ever get one of those, cherish it. It's a wonderful experience. So number 3 on the list is Rune. Number 2 on the list of Arizona wine producers here in Arizona is Los Millix. And unfortunately right now I don't have a bottle with me, but they really do a great job, and they're kind of a newcomer to the Arizona wine scene. They wasted no time, however, on getting their voice heard here in Arizona. Los Millix quickly won various awards and made press nationally. Their owners, Pavel and Ida Milic, have a history in restaurants in New York, Napa Valley, and Arizona. Pavel has received a James Beard nomination for Outstanding Beverage Program for his wine list at the highly rated Arizona restaurant, F&B. Their tasting room in Elgin in southern Arizona is exquisite, and just like their wines, has garnered lots and lots of attention. Its unique design that includes a Stonehenge-like art display and its amazing views of the Sonoran Desert make it a destination for wine. And if you make the trip, you can actually stay on site in one of their first-class casitas. This puts this experience at the top of the wine tasting list for southern Arizona. While several of the wines have received awards and recognition, their rosé really stands out. They received Best Wine in Arizona a few years ago, and the rosé does well year after year. So, with that, let's move on to the number 1 wine producer in Arizona, and that's Caduceus. And this wine comes from the hard work of Maynard James Keenan. He was the front man to the band Tool. He's been making wine in Arizona for 20 plus years. He has dedicated himself to bringing national recognition to the wines of Arizona. He even was critical in getting the Verde Valley viticultural area designated in 2021. He has worked in and around Verde Valley and recently set up a shop at a new wine location known as the Hilltop in Cottonwood. It's a really spectacular place right off of downtown. There's a building put appropriately on a hilltop. There's actually a funicular that will take you right up to the top of the mountain so you can enjoy some of his wines here. It's actually, the design is an homage to the mining history here in Arizona. Arizona has a broad, long history with mining. Caduceus is on top of the most wine competitions and been recognized in various competitions, and the respect and attention to the winemaking is evident. Each of these wines comes off with a subtle excellence. I'm actually really proud to have this level of wine being made here in Arizona, and so glad that Maynard brought his passion and will to Arizona to make this experience happen. Here I have the Onest 2020, which is a Barbera grape. It's an Italian grape, and it really seems to do really well. I think you heard me say Rune grows it, and several other winemakers here in Arizona grow it as well. It's a very popular grape here in Arizona. So if you ever get a chance, get over to Cottonwood and try yourself a bottle of Caduceus. So that's going to do it for this episode of the top 5 wine manufacturers in Arizona, or wine producers here in Arizona. I want to thank you for watching this episode. If you like this list, check out one of my other lists. I've already done one on Paso Robles and on Napa, so check those out. I'm going to say so long for now, and I hope I get to see you somewhere on the wine trail.